Hello. Just wanted to jump in and record this one because it's a thought that came to me as I was talking to a friend of mine, and it triggered a few ideas and a few things about being in control in your job. If you have ever been in a situation where you feel the need to please your boss or meet expectations, and the I have to do everything that's on my plate. I understand. I I was there. I've been there, and it's a totally valid way of thinking. Yet it's not necessarily the only way you can think about it. In many instances, the only thing, or not the only thing, but one of the main things that we have to remember is that we are in control of our way of approaching the situation. It doesn't mean that everything that's on your list to get done uh, is not important, or it doesn't need to get done, but it does mean that the way in which you approach those things is up to you. Now, there's a key belief, or maybe a key way of thinking that would allow you to regain that control, and that is being willing to let things go, or be willing to pay the price of claiming your space and becoming the CEO of your space. So, in order to regain control in these situations, one of the things that you can do is decide for yourself what you are willing to do, and in relations to what absolutely needs to get done. And when I use the word needs to get done, is not the items that somebody told you should get done. It's the items that the business requires for you to get done in order to operate properly. One of the things that I figured out in the later years in my corporate role was that maybe 50% of the stuff that was on the to-do list could go away and the business would still run. Now, maybe some of those things would have made it easier, but the fact is that if those things wouldn't get done, the business would still operate just fine. And that's one easy or simple way to figure out what are the things that are key elements to the business. A lot of the stuff that we create for ourselves is extra work because we feel the need to work more, and that if we stay to the foundational aspects of the business, we're not doing our job. And that's not true. If you're gonna do something, the way to exert control in it is to realize that there are key things that do absolutely need to get done, otherwise the business crumbles, and everything else seems to be unnecessary or just added bonuses. If you can figure this out, and if you're willing to have the conversation to set those expectations and boundaries, that's the way you'll regain control of your current situation, and that's the way you'll find a certain sense of peace in knowing that there's certain things that you absolutely have to do and that you actually can do them. And the negotiation comes into play when you have identified these things, and then you're willing to say to your manager or whoever makes the decisions is to say, hey, at this moment, I'm not willing to do that, because if I do that, I let the quality of these absolutely required things to go down. And we don't want that because the business is going to suffer. Now, are you willing to do that? Because some managers will try to fire you, others will just start misspeaking about you, and maybe they'll figure out a way. But as far as I know, based on Dr. Henry Cloud's research in the book Boundaries, when you set boundaries and you're willing to pay the price to have those boundaries, people will respect you more, and you'll become more efficient and more productive because you're focusing on the right things and not allowing the other stuff to distract you. Once you have the key things figured out, then you can start exploring new things and do some of the bonuses. But until you figure some of the things out in a very good model and system, that then it's probably not worthwhile trying to get your list to build up with a bunch of must-have that people don't really know if they actually are key things. So that's my message for today. Hopefully it helps you. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you want me to touch on anything specific. In the meantime, if you like it, teach it, share it. Let me know how it's working for you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.